الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم. The hadith tonight, collection Imam Muslim, narrated to us by Abu Hurairah. And the theme of da'wah or outreach is what we're going to continue to share a hadith about. And this is a similar hadith to what I shared maybe Monday and even what I shared Sunday before it. And I'm sharing these hadith even though that they're similar because there's value in emphasis. There is value when the Prophet ﷺ emphasizes something. You have to acknowledge the importance of that. I don't know why. There are some people who don't seem to see that as important. Meaning, when they are able to acknowledge or recognize that the Prophet ﷺ talked about a topic many, many times. And another topic, we have like one narration. And yet they feel that these two topics are somehow similar when they're not. They can't be. You can't have the Quran, for example, cover one topic 100 times and another topic talked about once and say they're exactly this. They can't be exactly the same. There's value and importance in emphasis. When something is continuously repeated and talked about from different angles, that means that this topic is very heavy and very important. And the Prophet ﷺ would cover the concept of da'wah and outreach many times. In this hadith, when I narrated to you, I narrated man da'a ila huda, I narrated man dalla ala al-khayri, and the hadith tonight, what he said alayhi salatu wasalam, قال من سن في الإسلام سنة حسنة فعمل بها كان له أجرها ومثل أجر من يعمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أجورهم شيئا ومن سن سنة سيئة فعمل بها كان عليه وزرها ومثل وزر من عمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أوزارهم شيئا. And this hadith where the Prophet ﷺ tells us this important piece of information, where if you are to pioneer some form of activity. That's what sanna sunnatan means. When you are the one who starts something that is positive versus something that is negative. Without getting into the details here of the definition of bid'ah and all that we'll talk about that in a different setting. I'm not interested in talking about that aspect of it. Here I'm just trying to talk about the concept of pioneering something, of starting a method or starting a way or going in a direction, or beginning a habit that is khair. If you do that, if you're able to begin a habit for someone, then not only do you get the ajr of performing that action, you also get the ajr of everyone who follows in your footsteps until the end of time without their ajr being affected. Like you're not losing anything. And when you do the opposite occurs, and vice versa. If you're amongst a bunch of friends and you're the first person to pick up a cigarette and start smoking, and then they start smoking, then good luck. Congratulations, of what you've just achieved. And if the opposite, if you're amongst a group of friends and you say, you know what, I want to memorize Juz' Amma, I want to know the Quran well, and you start it and then they follow, then you get the ajr of everyone who does that. You imagine if you're sitting amongst a bunch of friends and you come to the masjid quietly, like you come and pray and leave, and you don't really share that with them because they just not. Why? Sunnah hasana. Start a sunnah hasana. Say something about it. Say, I just remind you, I'm going, by the way, anyone want to ride? Then maybe someone takes a ride with you. And then someone else takes a ride with you. And then you get the amount of ajr that you get with something like this is wallahi unparalleled. It is unimaginable. And the Prophet ﷺ teaches us this. Look, I think the reason he always talks about the opposite here is because, in my opinion, the opposite is inevitable. It's inevitable that you will at some point start a bad habit and someone will pick it up from you. I don't think it's impossible that you won't. Like, we all have done it at some point. We've all been the door of a bad habit to someone else. Like, it's inevitable. It's a part of being alive. And since that's going to happen, and I'm going to get these sayyi'at from a source that I won't really recognize Yawm al-Qiyamah, why don't I open a couple of avenues of good deeds? Open avenues of good deeds. You already have these ones. They're going to happen. At some point in your life, you said you used a bad word in a moment and you taught it for someone learned it from you and they used it after that and you got the wizr of saying it and picked up their wizr moving forward. We all have done this. It's almost impossible to avoid. Unfortunately, it's just not, it's a part of life. So to make up for that, then do the first one. Sunnah hasana. Make sure that you come up with good habits and you encourage good habits and you have people follow you. So you get that. So you open the avenues of getting hasanat that you won't account for. Because Yawm al-Qiyamah, it's the stuff that you don't account for that will be the most frustrating. The stuff that you don't account for. Let's say that you're someone who's very, very meticulous and articulate and you're precise and you're accounting for your good deeds and your bad deeds. It's going to be all the stuff that you didn't account for. all the good and bad. And since the bad is inevitable, it's going to be there, then just increase the good. How? Sunnah hasana. Start good habits. Pioneer good things amongst those around you so that they hopefully follow and pick it up from you. They're not losing anything. You're just winning a lot. You're just winning a whole lot that you didn't. So once you encourage someone, you bring them to the masjid, you start coming to you do something like that, and they follow you. That's da'wah, really. And you're banking in so much. Like you're banking. You have no idea how much you're getting out of this. Like it's an amazing deal. Like this is a deal that is. This is a big deal. Like what he's offering here, subhanahu wa ta'ala, by telling you this, just start a nice habit, point someone in a good direction, and I'll give you what they get. Think of that. We take it for granted because we've heard it since we were kids. But that makes almost no sense. Why would I get the ajr of everything they're doing? I can get some commission. I'm okay with commission. Give me maybe, 1,000 hasana for every person. No. He's telling you until they die, every good deed they do regarding that is in your hasanat. Allahu Akbar. Wallahi, ajib. And then we still don't, we take that, no. Make sure that we all must benefit and capitalize on this beautiful offer that the Prophet ﷺ is giving us, and being aware of the opposite. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم من سن في الإسلام سنة حسنة فعمل بها كان له أجرها ومثل أجر من يعمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أجورهم شيئا ومن سن سنة سيئة فعمل بها كان عليه وزرها ومثل وزر من عمل بها لا ينقص ذلك من أوزارهم شيئا. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.